Hey folks, how we doing? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Dave Wildheart, and this week we are checking out a video by Steve Goodman, and we're checking out a song called City of New Orleans. New Orleans? New Orleans? English guy doesn't know how to say New Orleans. Stephen Benjamin Goodman, born July 25th, 1948. Oh, that is exactly 1 year later than my mother was born. He was an American folk and country singer-songwriter from Chicago, which is exciting because we often check out a lot of the southern states and their singer-songwriters, especially in the kind of country genre. But this is Steve Goodman from up north. He recorded the song City of New Orleans, which is recorded by many artists, Arlo Guthrie, John Denver, Highwaymen. So many people have recorded this song and played this song, but they've never heard it, which is very exciting. And lots of people will say, how have you never heard it? Oh my God, this guy, how has he never heard it? I get it. I'm trying to rectify that now. So let's enjoy this process together. He died at the age of 36, which is tragically young. I'm 36. He died of leukemia. It's just, yeah, extremely sad to lose obviously such a talent at such a young age. But we're going to get into the song. I do have the lyrics here because, you know, we like the lyrics. And I've read them through a few times. And my goodness, this guy has a way with words. As is so often on this channel, he's painting pictures, and it seems to me like the perfect song from beginning to middle to end. But I mean, it's got to be pretty good. People seem to like it. Anyway, let's get into it. This is, where is it? It's live 1970, so he would be 22. Now, this picture here, he looks about 40. I think that's a time thing. I think back in the 70s, people looked older. Am I wrong, guys? I don't know where this was filmed. It was courtesy of Clark Santee. I don't know who that is either. My goodness, I know nothing. Rare footage. Incredibly rare footage. Okay, this is incredibly rare, guys, but it's on YouTube. And who's this guy? Again, man. Who's the second guitarist? Please. I often find the comments are the most helpful places to find this, and someone will for sure know who he is. So please do let me know. Anyway, let's get into it. We might stop it a few times because I want to just have a little look in depth at the lyrics. I hope you don't mind.
Train song. The city of New Orleans is an Illinois Central train. The Illinois Central is a railroad line out of Chicago. They have three famous trains, actually. City of New Orleans, the Panama Limited. Spit it out, Steve. And their South Shore Commuter Express, which is affectionately called the Vomit Comet.
Oh, nice.
There's 3 conductors, 25 sacks of mail. All out on a southbound Odyssey. The train pulls out of Kankakee, rolls past houses, farms, and fields. Yes, it's passing towns that have no name, and freight yards full of old black men, and the graveyards rusted automobiles. Singing good morning America, how are you? Saying, don't you know me, I'm your native son. I'm the train they call the city of New Orleans. I'll be gone 500 miles, the day is done.
I really like how happy this guy is, man. Oftentimes, I mean, nowadays you get these kind of singers are so, I find so dull, so uninteresting on stage. This guy is just a bundle of energy, of charisma. I mean, that's folk music, right? I love his little bit at the start, just explaining what that the train is called the City of New Orleans, and you know there's other trains called the Vomit Comet. Sounds like fun. One thing, am I the only person who I cannot talk and play guitar? I can sing and play guitar, but the talking and play guitar, I cannot do it. And I see so many musicians doing it. Love that train sound at the beginning. Kind of reminded me of like the Folsom Prison Blues kind of sound, especially in that Roy Clark video we watched recently. And this is pure folk. Yeah, this is like happy, upbeat folk music. The chords are all folky. The sound is folky. I love it. I love this guy's beard. I love everything about it. I love these old kind of tech, these 1970s microphones. And let's get into the lyrics a bit. Okay, so he's riding on the City of New Orleans, which you know is the train from Illinois Central. So that's where he's from. Monday morning. Okay, so we're very early. It's the first start of the week. The 15 cars, 15 restless riders. Restless riders. Are these the cars that call in the riders? What's a rider? 3 conductors and 25 sacks of mail. This is really setting the scene, not only physically, but also in time, yeah? 25 sacks of mail. I can't imagine there's that many sacks of mail these days going from Chicago to New Orleans. All along the southbound Odyssey. Such a lovely way to describe a train ride, right? The southbound Odyssey. The train pulls out at Kankakee. I believe that's a place somewhere in Illinois, Chicago. Sorry, folks. I live in Austria. That's my excuse. Rolls along past the houses, the farms, and the fields, passing trains that have no name, which is kind of cool. And freight yards full of old black men in the graveyards of the rusted automobiles. Really just painting, like I said at the beginning, painting this picture of where we are, what we're doing. He's singing about a train ride, you know? So what do we want to hear? We want to hear about the stuff he's seeing, the sounds, the smells, that's what's going to make this song interesting. Chorus is basically the train speaking, right? Is it the train speaking? I think it's the train speaking and him speaking. And this last line saying he'll be gone 500 miles when the day is done. I like that. That's kind of like, when it's all over, I'm not here. So we're living in the moment, very, very much living in the moment. Let's get into it. I try not to waffle too much, but I do like talking about lyrics. So maybe you guys like that. Maybe you guys hate it. Do let me know if you like it. If you hate it, don't let me know.
Dealing card games with old men in the club car. And it's penny a point, no one's keeping score. Pass the paper bag that holds that bottle. Feel the wheels a-rumbling neath the floor. And the sons of Pullman porters and the sons of engineers ride their father's magic carpet made of steam.
Wow, that's beautiful.
And mothers with the babes asleep are rocking to the gentle beat. The rhythm of the rails is all they dream. Singing good morning America, how are you? Hey, don't you know me, I'm your native son. Buddy, I'm the train they call the city of New Orleans. I'll be gone 500 miles, day's done. Comes that train now.
Hold on. First off, I like that he broke it down into the solo. He's like, here comes a train. He's like, really cool. And then this guy, who looks amazing. I love this kind of shirt ensemble. He's got the long hair. Is it a long moustache? It's hard to see exactly with the kind of the resolution on this one. And he's shredding that acoustic guitar and bending the acoustic guitar strings, which makes me feel like I cannot do that. I don't have that ability in my fingers. And that's really cool. Super nice. Getting back to the lyrics. Man, we are really, really showing our time period right now. We're saying dealing card games with the old men in the club bar. Wow. Okay, this is Monday morning. Oh, maybe we're not Monday morning. Maybe it's Monday afternoon by now. Penny a point. Ain't no one keeping score. Penny a point. That's obviously, you get a point. You lose a penny, or you bet a penny any point, or lose a penny, or you win a penny every point. But a penny. Do pennies even exist? I thought America was dollars and cents. Do you have pennies under there as well? God, man, some people are going to destroy me in the comments. Pass a paper bag that holds a bottle. I love that. Every film from the 70s, 80s, 90s that you see in America, there's always someone with a paper bag. And oftentimes in Chicago, when it's cold and the guy wrapped up in a coat, he's got a paper bag with a bottle in there. Love that. Love that picture. And this is a cool kind of middle section. The sons of Pullman porters and the sons of engineers ride their father's magic carpets made of steel. Woo! That's nice. That is, such a beautiful way to describe a train. The father's magic carpet made of steel. Pullman porters, I believe, were the old school porters on the night trains back in like the 1800s, early 1900s. So these are obviously like the generations later. So it's the sons of Pullman porters, the sons of engineers. The sons is a nice way to describe it, isn't it? Beautiful stuff. Absolutely beautiful stuff. Let's keep this party going, Steve Goodman.
New Orleans, changing cars in Memphis, Tennessee. Buddy, we're halfway home and we'll get there by morning. Through the Mississippi darkness rolling to the sea. But all the towns and people seem to fade into a bad dream. Steel rail hasn't heard the news. The conductor sings his song again. Passengers will please refrain. This train has the disappearing railroad blues.
Okay.
Good night, America, how are you?
Goosebumps alert.
Say, don't you know me? I'm your native son. I'm the train they call the city of New Orleans. I'll be gone 500 miles and day is done. Good
Oh,
night, America,
come on.
how are you? Hey, don't you know me? I'm your native son. Buddy, I'm the train they call the city of New Orleans. I'll be gone 500 miles and day is done. I'll be gone 500 miles when day is done.
Wow, my goodness. Folks, go check out this video in its original form on the Slide Dog Mania channel. I don't know what channel they are. Hopefully they're a nice channel that we're just kind of boosting on here. This is so beautiful. Let's quickly get into that last verse. It gets a little bit darker. You know, we're getting a little bit darker there. You saw the goosebumps appear on my arms in the second half of that verse. The first half is kind of just saying, yo, it's nighttime now, you know, we're changing cars in Tennessee. We're halfway there, we'll be there in the morning, just rolling through Mississippi in the darkness, rolling down to the sea. That's a nice way to describe it. But then it says, but all the towns and people seem to fade into a bad dream. Okay, ooh, things are getting darker and the steel rail still ain't heard the news. I don't know exactly what that news is. I'm guessing it's the kind of end of the railway news. You know, what are we, 70s, 60s, 70s? Yeah, more flights, less railways. Guessing that's the news. But the conductor sings his songs again. The passengers will please refrain. This train got the disappearing railroad blues. Okay, that kind of sums it up. Exactly what it is. It's the railroads are disappearing. People aren't using them. They're not needed so much for whatever. And yeah, it's the end of an era. So it's a sad but truthful, honest way to look at it in the end of the song. In conclusion, exactly what I want to see. It reminds me of so many of the other singer-songwriters we checked out on this channel. You know, your John Prines. I know he did stuff with John Prine. Your Jim Croce. We still don't know how to say his name. I had a bazillion comments on how to say Jim Croce's name, and everyone was different. But yeah, it's similar style. Really folky as hell. Full-on Americana. Full-on 1970s, 1960s, about a time that doesn't exist anymore. And I loved it. And I hope you guys did too. Hope you enjoyed watching this video with me. And yeah, hopefully we get something out of it, or we're entertained, or life is improved in some way from it. Thank you very much, Steve Goodman, for your music. Thank you guys for watching. And I'll see you again in the next video.